Hello guys, welcome to the Bright Agent. Today I'm going to be doing imperfect tense, and in my next video I'm just going to be showing conditional tense, and there's some misconceptions around it because imperfect tense literally has the same ending as a conditional, but they are not the same. So I'll be showing you that in the next video. So for imperfect, this is a pretty important tense, and it's one that you'll have to learn if you're taking GCSE French or you're just in Year 9 French. So, doing that is very, very, very important as it ensures that you understand what you used to do and what used to happen in the past. So, here's how it goes for most people who don't really know imperfect tense. They're like, oh, I should just remove the ending and it'll be okay. So, devoir, so it's gonna be je devrais, which doesn't even make any sense. And some of them would just sound pretty weird if we actually did that. So, I mean, you could do bois, but it will have an I on the end because you just remove the RE. Meaning that many irregular verbs, or some verbs which are regular, and if you take the ending off, it just won't make any sense. Which is why for imperfect, you must take the new form. You have to know the new form for many irregular stuff. For example, nous avons or vous avez. So, well, you don't really have to know the vous, but it will help because for nous and vous, there is the ending of IONS and IEZ for both imperfect and for the conditional. Although I'm not showing the conditional just yet. Now, for imperfect, the importance is that je and tu have the same ending, AIS and AIS. On have AIT. Nous and vous have IONS for nous and vous IEZ. So the easy way to remember nous and vous ending is just remember O. For example, nous avons, you could just add an I on the end, so it'd be ion. And then for vous, you could just take the EZ ending and then just add an I before the EZ to make IE. And remember, do not pronounce the Z unless there's a vowel in front of it. That is very, very important. So, for ER verbs, all ER verbs, including aller, which is the most irregular and the only irregular ER verb, all you have to do is just remove the ER and put the endings in. For example, if you were to say, I used to go or I went, you would say, j'allais, and then you would say, tu allais, il allait, or elle allait, and then you would say, nous allions, vous alliez, and then you would say, il allait. So, I forgot to mention, like, the EL ending, but AIENT. You do not pronounce the ENT. This is very important. It literally sounds the same as je, tu, il, and on, because you never pronounce the ENT. So it just sounds like you're saying the je/tu ending. So you would say il allait, which sounds a bit weird, because you don't really say the S unless there's a vowel. But if there's like something like il mangeait, it can be very, very confusing if there's no vowel in front of it, because you usually cannot pronounce consonants unless there is a vowel in front of it. So, for many consonant starting verbs, such as manger, devoir, pouvoir, all the lot of them will be very, very confusing to understand because they don't start with a vowel, they start with a consonant. meaning we can't actually pronounce the E or L. Well, some people thinking, oh, it's it's he and she, or it's on, which is we. That must be correct, because that's the main confusion for it. So if you were to express yourself, you usually have to do aller, which is aller, and then you'd have to do faire, which is nous faisons. So you do je faisais, tu faisais, il, on faisait, nous faisions, vous faisiez, and il, elle faisait. It's very confusing because you don't know which one is E and L by just showing you this example. But if you want to show what you used to do as a hobby or what you used to do as free time, which is a very, very important verb for expressing yourself and getting people to understand how you used to live. For example, quand j'étais petit, which means when I was small or when I was a child, j'ai fait ça. So that means you used to do something. But it's very, very important that you use those endings wisely. And you also ensure that you don't confuse it with the perfect tense. Because the perfect tense, in some variants, for example, if you don't say I used to do, but I did, people will just be like, oh, I did. Didn't you mean j'ai fait? That's not the case because for imperfect tense, you absolutely must say used to do unless you just want to shorten it. But if you say used to do an imperfect, that is the best way to ensure that you speak your French well, because it will be confusing to other French speakers and they might take it as in, oh, you got it wrong. It's perfect, not imperfect. Get it right. But the main difference is that perfect just demonstrates one event of what you've done, and imperfect can be as many as you want. So it can be one or more. So if you want to say, je faisais du vélo, j'allais au cinéma, you could say that with the imperfect tense. And that is why the imperfect tense is so important, because it's more flexible than perfect. So next time you see imperfect tense, just remember, it is that important. Be bright, stay right, and have a good day.